Right, so that's the lip of the takeoff, somewhat where I want it. And now I guess it's the mammoth task of putting a landing in. So, judging by the trail, the kind of setup we've got, and the lip, I mean, I can always add some if need be to the lip and adjust it to suit the landing, but I think the back of it needs to be about here. And then if I build it long, it can carry you if you land a bit deep. Because ideally this is a key element to taking the speed onto what's going to be the road gap afterwards. So I need to get this right really. So I think the back of the landing needs to be here, make a long landing, and then adjust. We've got a bend there as well, so you don't want to be too sharp into the bend. You want to be able to set up for that. This is bang in the middle of the straight bit of the trail. Yeah, so time for the mammoth task of putting a landing in. I think the back of it's going to start here, which is again a 9-foot gap from lip to the back of the landing, and then if I put a decent case pad on it, we're talking 10-11-foot gap jump, which is quite sick. I think that'll do perfect, and then the landing will carry on down there, which the trail literally lends itself to it. Sweet. Right, let's get building the landing then. Clear the area. Woo! God, I know how much dirt it took to build the plumbing takeoff. The landing's going to be twice the amount, if not more. Okay, let's go. then guys, it is absolutely hammering it down, and the clay is literally sticking to the shovel, making the shovel like twice the weight, and I'm literally chucking it everywhere. So progress is slow today, but that being said, it's patted down pretty well, so I'm going to leave it as it is now. I think it's rideable, obviously not at the minute because it's soft, but like if it was to stay the shape it was, it'd be suitable to some degree, but I do think it needs to be half the size it is now again on top of that. So I've patted it in, let it take somewhat the shape it wants, and then we'll come back to it. But for now, we'll progress on down the trail and build the next feature. I do need to come back up the trail, clear it a little bit, put a few berms in, a couple of cambers on the trail, just so when you're riding it you stick to the trail, you don't go flying off into the trees sort of thing. But yeah, that was a hell of a lot of shifting of earth and material by hand. Well, to my standards anyway, that's the most I've ever shifted. But yeah man, buzzing, sick. On to the next one, let's go. Yes then guys, so it's actually a Saturday at the time of filming this, and there's a class of enduro trials motorbiking going on further in the woods, but they're parked where I've parked the van, and they think he's clocks what I'm up to, and it just so happens that he is in contact with the landowners and he likes what I'm doing, but keep it on the down low because obviously it's a bit of a touchy subject. But yeah, hopefully I'm in with the right people now. Obviously you've seen that I'm not just a chavvy that's just trying to destroy everything, but yeah, so I'm gonna call this my trick jump of the trail. Can't even speak. Let's get the tape measure and see what that measures up to be. I think it's actually going to be a bigger jump than I first anticipated. Did I bring it? Yes. Than I first anticipated it would be. Oh, it's bogging, man. Right, if I stick you on the lip of the takeoff, this is just a guesstimate because the landing does need building up and potentially the takeoff too, because this has got quite a big case pad on coming up. Stay still. So that is 12 foot gap. Sick. I'm quite pleased with myself, considering this is my first mountain bike trail build. I can't even speak today. First mountain bike trail build. I'm pretty stoked with how it's going so far. I've learnt a lot along the way as well. I think I'm just going to take a quick break because it's absolutely hammering it down and that's no good for nobody. And yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments below to my 12-foot gap jump. Full send. Yeah, hope you're enjoying the build videos so far and you've subscribed to keep up to date with what's about to happen further down the line. I keep bumping into hurdles along the way, one being chavs that just want to run up and down the ramps when they're soft and they're crumbling and I have to go and patch them up. Two being motorbikes just putting ruts in my berm at the top. Hey-oh, here's one of them. Yeah, it's all part of the experience, I guess. And I'm missing half a tooth, so proper hillbilly trail builder. Let's go. For now, that's the gap, 12-foot gap jump done. I'm going to be building a bit more up on that, but as time goes on it's just going to improve and get better. But that's what we're dealing with now. So let me take you further down the trail. Once you've jumped that gap jump, probably centre flip or something, and then you come down to the next feature, which happens to be a road gap. So the jump's there, you come down this trail, a little bit windy, see how it goes, might need a bit of camber on it, but it might be all right. And then it opens up to the road, which I'm going to do a gap jump over. I have to put some signs out or something, because yeah, I don't want it to start getting sketchy, you know what I mean. Right, the road gap needs a bit of clearing, like, but let's measure roughly where it's gonna be. So I reckon the takeoff needs to be there. The landing, the back of the landing needs to be about there, which is 15 feet. So that's going to turn out to be a good, at least 15 feet road gap. And now my toes all wet, which is going to be quite gnarly. And I'm excited to start building, so let's go.